All right, people, what's up? It's your boy Digital coming at y'all again today with another video, and today I'm joined by my boy.
What's good, y'all? It's Mr. Freeman present.
All right, and so today we're going to be talking about just something a little minor, something a little bit fun, and just something lighthearted. Nothing too serious just yet. So we're just going to be talking about small little changes and things that we wanted to see improve in Xenoverse 2 from Xenoverse 1. So we have like a list of what we wanted to see changed that was in Xenoverse 1 to be changed in Xenoverse 2. And so we're just going to head and go straight up into it. So one of the main first things that I wanted to get off of the list was, can we please make Hercule a good standing character? Like in Xenoverse 1, Hercule was like the joke character, so he was kind of trash. Not even kind of, but he was fully trash, and it was kind of hard to use him in fights and stuff like that.
There was no point adding him. Y'all was mad petty for that.
For real, like for real. And so then I just feel like Hercule, I feel like Hercule is a good character. He could be a good character like he was in the Budokai series. And since Dimps, you did work on that game and put him into the game and made him a good standing character in that one, we were just hoping that you could also make Hercule a good standing character in this one as well. And I just feel like Hercule is like that character that you can just use to dominate the online, but only if he has a fair potential status like everybody else does, like Goku, Vegeta, etc., and stuff like that. So yeah, Mr. Freeman. So what else did you have to say about Hercule being a good standing character? Like, did you want to see that?
Yeah, I'm gonna see that too because even though Hercule is a funny guy, but my thing is like I said, there would be no point in putting him in the game if y'all made him suck.
Right.
I just think if people actually want to use Hercule, they should be able to do that. So at least make him be able to stand with the rest of the characters. That's all I gotta say about him.
All right, cool. So yeah, that was that one. Make Hercule a good standing character. All right, so number 2. Moving on. We're moving on to number 2. So number 2 on the list that we have for Xenoverse 2, which we want to see improvements on, is give returning characters better combos. So one of the main things that made me kind of irritated with Xenoverse 1 was the fact that a lot of the characters that I wanted to use and some of the ones that I expected to be good were kind of trash because of the fact that their combos were pretty lackluster at best. So some of the characters that I had in mind was Gotenks, Beerus, Whis, Broly, Goten, and vast many more, such as the Boo family, so all the Boos from Fat Boo to Super Boo to Majin Boo, to Kid Boo, and also, were there any other ones, Mr. Freeman, that you had in mind?
No, not really. Like you pretty much named them all right there. I can't really think of anybody else who didn't fight like themselves. Because like with the whole 17 and 18 thing, I know y'all remember me saying that like in a previous video how 17 and 18 didn't fight like themselves. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, like because I've been playing Xenoverse, again, I'm surprised I am, but 17 and 18 they do fight like themselves. It was just making me mad how I can't use them because the online sucked so bad.
Right.
People would immediately fall right out of my combos just because of how 17 and 18 fight. I do like how they fight, but it was just pissed me off because they were just falling out of my shit just because of how they play. I'm just like, damn, like the fuck. But continue, Digital.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I was just getting at, was just that, we just need certain characters to be better. So some of the reasons I can go into detail with is like Gotenks, but I'll let Mr. Freeman talk about him since he's his favorite character, or one of his favorite characters. So what made you not like Gotenks in Xenoverse 1?
See, my thing is about Gotenks in Xenoverse 1, now you got it right. Like, he is one of my favorite characters, but you see, I could not use Gotenks online. First of all, I do like the way Gotenks fights on Xenoverse, but I couldn't stop him. Like, there was no stopping Gotenks. Like, I could press square one time, and like this dude, like, he would do like 12 punches. If I'm trying to do the damn back kick, I would have to wait until them punches are over with. Then I can do the back kick, but then somebody already hit me. It's like, come on, bro. I really want to use Gotenks, but I can't use him if it's hard for me to stop him and it's not flexible. And plus, there are just some things interfering with, like, first of all, like when I do Gotenks, like triangle, square, triangle, like y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But the ceiling would fuck it up, and the person would just fall out of my combo. Online, I'm doing that same sequence. If I do the last triangle, the person will fall right through my hits, and I can't continue it. Like, I just couldn't use Gotenks online. So hopefully they fix that. And let me see, another character, Beerus. I feel like I said this before. I feel like Beerus fights too laid back. Like, I don't like that. Whis, please fix up Whis. Please do. That's all I gotta say about him. My nigga Digital, he can say some more about him. And Goten, boy. Goten sucked on Xenoverse 1. Because you see, you can easily use Kid Trunks better than you can use Goten. I'm like, come on, bro. Because it's like, with Goten, you couldn't do anything with him. and his reach sucked. Like, bro, I could not use Goten for anything on Xenoverse. And let me see. That's probably all I... No, wait. Kid Buu. Boy, I'm used to Kid Buu being fast and a monster. But on Xenoverse 1, he was just slow. And, you know, he used his reach. Like, it was boring playing as him. Fat Buu was boring. Super Buu was meh. Broly was meh. And, that's really all I have to say about the characters. So please, make some characters fight better, please.
Exactly. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say as well, was that, you know, with just to add a little bit more detail to it, you know, Beerus, like Mr. Freeman said, you know, he fought pretty laid back, and I feel like that didn't fit his character because he only fought like that like one time, and that was against Goku when the first time they had met. But even during that fight, he got serious, and then all the other fights that he was in afterwards, he was a more serious fighter and he fought more seriously. So I just hope that he fights exactly like he did in the show, which was more serious, more times than he did lazy. And then Whis was kind of bad because of the simple fact that some of his combo finishers were kind of off to the point where you couldn't keep them going. And also when you try to do the back attack, the counter where somebody teleports behind you and you swing, his was so slow and the frame data was so bad that whenever you would do it, it's like it was no point because your opponent would recover before you could even turn around and you right back into the same situation that you just tried to prevent yourself from being in. And like Mr. Freeman said, with Broly, Goten, and the Buu family, they were kind of lackluster at best. Like, they really didn't have any good types of combo outputs, nor did they have any types of good combo ranges. So like Goten and Kid Buu, for one, Kid Buu kind of had range, but you had to get him started in order for him to get his range going, and his startups were kind of trash, and Goten was pretty short-handed when it came down to his combos, period. So like, it didn't make no difference what you were doing with Goten. His combos kind of fell short because he didn't have a lot of, I guess you could say, lean in with his combos. So like, he didn't really just lean in with his combos, so that way he could automatically make the punches land a lot more clean than others, or, you know, at least to the point where they matched other people such as Kid Trunks and stuff like that. And Broly was just, he fought too much like a tank, even though he is one, but in the movie he fought more fluidly than most people give him credit for. Like, he fought like almost on the same level like Goku and them do when they fight. It's just that he was just using his brute force to just torment them and fight against them. But that's just like little stuff that doesn't really play a part. But hopefully we can see those characters with better combos and stuff like that within the next one, which will be Xenoverse 2. And so the next topic on the list we wish to make better was to at least make the CPU harder to fight and more smart. The CPU in Xenoverse 1 was very trash because all they did was just fly around, stand somewhere for 5 seconds, and then throw key blasts. And if I have somebody in the combo, they would automatically throw key blasts and knock them out of my combos.
Boy.
Hopefully you can make it to the point, Dimps, to where the computer, if I'm fighting one person, they'll automatically lock on to another character who isn't being fought against, and they'll go and attack them and keep them off of you while you're focusing on your opponent, and vice versa for them. So like, let's say if I'm fighting one character, but then I decide to switch to another character, let the computer know that, and then go to the other character who I was just fighting, or to the next character who isn't being fought against, and they're just flying around and trying to do a sneak attack or whatever it is that they may be doing. So Mr. Freeman, what else did you think that the CPU should be doing in Xenoverse 2?
Well, it's like, cause let me see, cause I don't know like what they're gonna do. Like, if the other two opponents are down and there's 3 of us, like one, like I'm playing like with the 2 computers, I don't know, like maybe they like could just have them sitting there and then I take care of them or something like that. Because in Xenoverse 1, I could be fighting the computer and they would knock them out of my combo, like shooting key blasts, shooting like ultimates, doing whatever they doing, and they would just knock them out of my combo when I'm just like, bro, like I got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, hopefully they do something like that to where like the computer locks on to other enemies and fight them. And then another thing, for the enemy computer, I hope they make it more difficult. I just hope that the computer can do the exact same things that we do. That way, like, we can learn from the computer. Like, the computer can teach us things, then we can go back and train it. Since Xenoverse 2 has training mode, we can go back to training and we can learn the shit. Or, like, just practice the combos for ourselves. I want the computer to be more difficult, instead of the computer having, like, invincibility and strong ultimate attacks, and bam, I just died because of that. Like, no, like, I actually want the computer to put up a fight while I'm putting up a fight, so that way, like, the shit can be, like, fun and equal at the same time. So that's what I gotta say about the computers. Hopefully, you know, they make the computers smart, and it won't be too easy to take them down, but, like, we can take them down by fighting, not just because of them, like, having, like, invincibility and shit like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's also what I wanted to include as well. Like hopefully we can have a difficulty setting to the point where we can put them on very hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And because like there may be people who may purchase Xenoverse 2, but they may not have online, and the only way that they can get some type of form of entertainment is going up against the computer. Well, if the computer is stupid easy, they'll get bored with the game very fast. So hopefully, you know, if people, I mean, you can make the game to the point where it'll be more offline friendly as well as online friendly. So if we're going up against people online, you know, we know how they fight, or we don't know how they fight, and it's a brand new, totally different experience. And we also want the same thing with the computer. You know, we want the computer to also be able to learn how we play and to do, you know, crazy stuff, like, you know, teach us new combos that we didn't know before with certain characters and stuff like that. So like if I'm doing a specific thing with Goku, but the computer teaches me something new, make it to that point where it's that difficult, or where it's that more of a learning experience from the computer, so that way we can also, you know, learn new things from it, like we did with the old Dragon Ball Z games. Because that's kind of one of the main things that we are missing from Dragon Ball Z games today, is that the computer doesn't put up enough of a fight for us to learn anything from it. You know, yeah, we can go online and learn stuff from other people, but just in case if people don't have online, that's you know, their next best option is to fight the computer on the hardest difficulty, and they can learn from it. So that's pretty much it with the whole computer stuff. Moving on to the next topic, we wanted to make the lock-on system better, because the lock-on system in Xenoverse 1 is so fucking boo-boo. Like it is not fun at all to use that shit. So basically, they should do it like Battle of Z did it. If I want to lock onto my teammates, I click the right stick and it'll go into friendly mode, and it'll just like show me only locking onto my friends. So like if one of my allies goes down, bam, click the right stick, you automatically lock onto your down partner or partners, and then you can just go over there to them and stuff like that. And then when you're in versus mode, or like if you're not clicked into the R3 mode, you'll just be locked onto your enemies, and it'll go into a linear system. So like, let's say you got player 1, 2, and 3 on the opposite side. If I scroll up, I'll go up from player 1 to player 3, then to player 2, then back to player 1. And if I go down, it's vice versa, go to player 2, player 3, and, you know, other stuff like that. Make it more easy to understand than just being random, or by making it like whoever's closest to you. So Mr. Freeman, what did you have to say about the lock-on system?
Please make that shit better, because I'm over here, I'm trying to lock on to somebody, and there's 3 damn enemies on one side. I'm locking on to an enemy, then the portal, and then another enemy, then a whole other enemy that I'm not even trying to lock on. So it's like, bro, like, please make that stuff better. Like, yes, make it like Battle of Z. Make it to where like when we go up, like, you know, it'll go like player 2, player 1, player 3. Then when we go down, like player 1, player 2, player 3, stuff like that. It'll be that easy instead of the lock on just going all over the damn place, because that shit gets annoying at times. Right. Because Xenoverse 1, let's say one computer could be coming after you, but you can't even tell which one is locking on to you, because the lock-on system is so fucked up. Mm-hmm. So that's all we gotta say about that one. Just make that shit like easier to cope with.
All right. Yep. Same. I feel the same way. All right. So the next thing on the list would be to give us more time. So, I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory. The 3 minutes in Xenoverse 1 was not enough, because the stages were large, and then, you know, the characters were, some of us were maxed out to the fullest. So like, you know, our life didn't go down that much, and some of us were so skilled against each other to the point where the battles just lasted longer than they were supposed to.
And people use items.
And that too. So hopefully you can give us the ability to have more time, at least above 5 minutes, at least like at least 10 to 15, or infinite and stuff like that. So Mr. Freeman, do you agree with that one as well? Like, you
yes, I completely agree. Make that shit infinite, or make it to where like we can set the time to how long we want to fight. And plus, I'm seeing how like in Xenoverse 2, they letting us have more than 1 health bar. So if we at max power, we probably gonna have like 5 to 6 of them. So it's like, please, like, well, probably. Yeah. So please, like, make it to where like we can either set the time, to where we can set the time up until like we have infinite, and we can fight as long as we want to. Because like I said, man, in Xenoverse 1, people would use an item at the last second, at the very fucking last second of the fucking fight. They would run around to the point where you can't touch them because the connection was so bad. Mm-hmm. And then once there was 1 second left, they would use a damn item and they would win. That make sense.
Right.
So please have it infinite.
Yep. Feel the same way. All right. So now moving on to the last little subject. Make the minions better, like Cell Jr., you know, the Frieza soldiers. Now I understand they're fodder characters, and they're just supposed to be there to just, you know, to fight against the story mode, you know, for backup for certain characters who may not have another character that's on their side. But like, I mean, you know, Cell Juniors were never weak, in my opinion. So, you know, make them better. I mean, that's just it. Like, you know, just make the minions fight better, give them complete move sets like Goku and them, and make them fun to use as well. You know,
They could have combos because I would like to use Cell Juniors online and get on people's nerves. Like, bruh.
right?
Like, because Cell Juniors, like, I used to have fun playing with them on BP3. So, like, even though they two different developers, hey, Cell Juniors, I think they should be fun to use because like they some crazy little bastards.
True. I mean, shit. I mean, that's about it. You know, the same thing with the minions is just like Hercule. Just make them good standing characters to the point where people will want to use them online and make them, make it more diverse with the online experience of characters that you'll be able to see and fight against instead of just seeing Gokus and Vegetas all the time. It'll add more variety and stuff like that. So people, that wraps up the whole little Xenoverse 2 request that we had. It wasn't nothing too serious. It was just something a little lighthearted that we wanted to talk about before we get any new reveals. Because I think the Tokyo Game Show is supposed to be happening next week, and this week since it's Sunday. And so we just wanted to get this little information or these little questions and stuff like that out there before we would get anything revealed too soon, before we even have the chance to speak about what we wanted to say. And so that pretty much wraps up the video, and we'll catch y'all later on. Peace.